Hold on. That's fine. I'm just going to share it. So if you go to Talk 107.3 right now, we are on Facebook Live, and I'm going to share it onto the Geaux Rouge page. Hey, Facebook Live. This is Franz, your host of Geaux Rouge. I'm sitting here with Brian Haldane. I've got some folks in the studio. We're about to kick this pig off and start episode number 14 and stick around afterwards for episode 15. Ready when you are, sir. What's wrong? Your facial expressions. Awesome. You guys don't get to see what I see. I get to look into Brian Haldane's eyes and see the joy, the pain, the suffering, the elation.
All right, I'm ready on my end. Okay, then. Stand by.
You are tuning in to episode 14 of the Geaux Rouge Show. This is Franz Borghardt. I'm here, your host, along with Brian Haldane on Master Controls. We are here with some great guests this week, Brian. We've got some folks from Bike Baton Rouge. We've got Healthy Kids Running Series. We've got the executive director of the Manship Theater. And last but not least, we've got Kids Orchestra. So we're going to do a little health, we're going to do a little fitness, we're going to do a little art, a little music, just a normal Geaux Rouge show. So,
kind of kid heavy today, though.
Kind of kid heavy.
2 kid segments today.
Well, here's the thing. You can't have a show about all the best things in Baton Rouge without showcasing some of the great organizations that we have that do things for kids. Now, Bike Baton Rouge is across the board, kids, adults, whatever. Now, Healthy Kids Running, and look, I have a 4-year-old, as you know. Great organization. I can't wait to get them in to talk about what they're doing. And yeah, Kids Orchestra. My son, by the way, Brian, my son has shown a proclivity towards music at 4. We're getting him on the piano, maybe on the harp, maybe a harp. Okay, maybe I can't back that up. There's no harp involved. There is piano, but no harp. So he's going to be starting music lessons actually sometime in the spring.
My 12-year-old plays the trumpet. And I'm
like,
don't talk to me until you know the title sequence to The Godfather. After anything short of that, I don't need to hear.
He'll have made it when he can play The Godfather title.
But yes.
She. Okay. Well, before we jump into this show, Brian, let's talk a little bit about the Geaux Rouge sponsors. This episode of Geaux Rouge is brought to you by the following caring and loving sponsors. We've got Sullivan's Steakhouse, your neighborhood steakhouse. We've got Breck. We've got Louisiana Tech Park. We've got the law offices of Smith, Shanklin, and Sosa, a premier go-to personal injury firm. These guys are not the guys on a billboard. They're better than that, and they'll take care of your case. We've got Realtor Brittany Melanson at Keller Williams Red Stick Partners. She's going to help you list it, sell it, and move on. And last but not least, of course, the Borghardt Law Firm. That's my law firm. I'm a sponsor. Yeah, that makes sense. So before we jump in, let's talk a little bit about Wingamania. Wingamania is a wing festival that I'm spearheading. It's going to be March 5th, Thursday, 6 to 9 at Tin Roof. It's going to be a charity wing festival. All the proceeds go to Mary Bird Perkins. It's going to be a whole bunch of people slinging wings. Buy the ticket, take the ride, all you can eat wings, get some good Tin Roof beer. Again, all the proceeds are going to be going to Mary Bird Perkins. This will be the second time we're doing this wing festival. So you definitely want to go to the Wingamania Facebook page. We have a belt. We have a championship Wingamania belt. It's like WWF up in the house. So definitely want to tune in for that. We're also going to be talking about an event that's the same night when our friend Melanie Couvillion comes on in the second half of the show about the Manship Theater and their Red Carpet Gala. It's going to be the same night. So if wings aren't your thing, maybe you can go to the Red Carpet Gala, see a little concert, see a little music. So without further ado, we're going to welcome in Doug Moore and Aimee Thibodeaux into the studio. Guys, y'all come on over to the microphones. Doug, Aimee, how are you guys doing?
Really good, really good. Thanks
Awesome,
for having
awesome.
us.
So, Doug, you're with Bike Baton Rouge. Aimee, you're with Healthy Kids Running Series. So we're going to start with Doug. Doug, what is Bike Baton Rouge?
Bike Baton Rouge is a 501c3 nonprofit. We were founded in 2006. We used to be called Baton Rouge Advocates for Safe Streets.
Okay.
We've since pivoted more towards bicycling, but Safe Streets is still very much at the core of what we do. The safer the streets are, the more people that will ride. The more people that will ride, the...
So when you say safe streets, I know you guys have an idea of what that means. I know I have an idea of what that means. In terms of your organization, what does safe streets mean?
It basically means taking into account all road users and not just people who are driving.
So walkers, bikers, scooters, scoots. We got to talk about scoots.
Yeah, people who use mobility aids.
Right.
People who are disabled and can't drive. People who don't want to drive.
So paying attention, being mindful of people not in vehicles. That's a safe way of kind of encapsulating it, right?
Certainly, the human behavior is a big aspect of it. Road design is something that's harder, but every bit as important.
You know, we're working on that, right? I live in Mid-City. The government, what is it called? The government
The road diet, yeah.
Diet. I was looking for the phrase. Theoretically, that's going to make it safer for me and my family to walk and possibly ride bikes when it's done, right?
Absolutely. It's probably the first project of its kind in the parish where they were willing to say, moving cars as fast as possible is not good for
it's
this.
Not safe.
It's
right.
not good for this neighborhood. It's not safe. It's bad for property values. It's bad for people's health. And so this is the Government Street project is very important because it actually is going to allow all road users to enjoy the road, and people are going to drive slowly, more cautiously,
right?
And that's going to be good for business as
so
well.
I live in Mid-City. I'm not going to tell everybody where I live. Love you, Facebook, but not that much. But I live on the Lobdell side of Mid-City, and I have walked on sidewalk. I've walked from my end of Mid-City all the way down to French Truck, and you can do it. It's not there's there are sidewalks there. Yeah, you got to cross South Foster, and that can kind of feel like playing Frogger. That can kind of feel like playing Frogger. Acadian wasn't bad to cross at all, but where I also am interested in improvements is my family lives near Goodwood, so I can walk from my house all the way over there. But again, crossing Government, sometimes you can feel like Frogger. That's the word, Aimee. Frogger. So
word.
I like what you guys are doing, Doug. What do you guys have going on right now? What do you guys have coming up?
In terms of safety initiatives, or just
Both,
in general?
everything and anything.
Well, we're wrapping up the pedestrian and bike master plan, which is a DOTD-led and BREC-led effort. It's
Cool.
been in the works for a couple of years. Tons of data, analyses, public input to try and identify a list of projects that we should prioritize in order to make the roads work better for everyone. We should be wrapping that up here this summer, and at that point, hopefully, we'll get to work on some projects, some paths, some sidewalks, some improved intersections, that sort of thing.
So if somebody, and we talked about this before we went on air today, if somebody wants to know kind of the best places to bike, to walk, you guys kind of have that mapped out, correct?
We do. We have. We found that, clicking the little bicycle icon on Google Maps is kind of a crapshoot. So we made our own map, bikebr.org/map. We've personally ridden all those routes. You can get a lot of places in Baton Rouge that you wouldn't think you'd be able to safely, but it's not always intuitive.
Right.
There's the signage isn't there, the wayfinding, that sort of thing. So we mapped out basically not all the branches per se, but the trunks. And then if it's still not apparent what's the best way, looking at our map, we have a form you can fill out, and you put your beginning and end destination, and we'll tell you, we'll kind of crowdsource this amongst 3 or 4 of us who know the city the best, and we'll give you a route map.
So I have a fantasy. I use that word loosely. Amy's making a cringed look on her face, Brian. I have a fantasy of getting a bike. I want to buy a bike. I'm in the market to buy a bike, maybe a mountain bike. But I want to do a tour of, like, the Walls projects. So I want to bike the Walls project maps, I want to bike some of your paths. I want to see Baton Rouge from the perspective of not a vehicle. And by not a vehicle, not a car. So I am looking forward to looking at that. We're going to come back to you, though, Doug, because we have Aimee here who's making cringed faces. Aimee is with Healthy Kids Running Series, BR. Aimee, how's it going?
It's going good.
So
Thanks for having me.
No problem. What is Healthy Kids Running Series, BR?
Yeah, so we are a national nonprofit. Healthy Kids Running Series overall is a nonprofit that started in the Northeast with the intention of fighting childhood obesity and getting kids active and also involved in the community. So for us, bringing this to the Baton Rouge community was very important to me. I feel very passionate about both helping kids to establish healthy lifestyles, but also that community involvement. And running's always been a passion of mine, so it's exciting to have this.
You guys have a special place in my heart, Aimee, because, as you know, my son, Fisher, that boy's a running fool. He's a running fool. My 4-year-old participates in the Healthy Kids Running Series, as well as my niece, Ivy.
Yes.
They love it. They have their little medals, Doug. They have little medals. What is on the horizon for you guys? So, like, you guys have some running opportunities coming up for little kids. Talk to me a little bit about that.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have a fall and spring series. So this is the first time that we've brought this series to Baton Rouge. So we just wrapped up the fall series in November. We had a very successful start, and we're super excited about getting back into it. So our spring series starts on March 15th. And we are actually in the final week right now of registering with our early bird rate. So which is a really great opportunity for people to get involved. It's a very low price, low commitment opportunity running in our series. So right now we're working on registration.
Early bird is $35, and then full price is $40.
That's right.
All right, and then what does the kid? I hate to be this way, but I'm a parent. What does the kid get as a result of participating in this organization? And when I say get, I mean what does it mean to be one of the kids in this?
Yeah, absolutely. So again, establishing those healthy habits early is very important. Getting our kids active, getting them involved. It's a great community. It's wonderful for self-confidence. But what they get physically is they're getting a really awesome T-shirt for participating. They get a race bag full of lots of fun goodies from all of our sponsors. And then every single kid, even if you just only show up and run one race, you get a medal. So everyone gets a finisher medal. Our top winners are getting trophies. So it's a really great opportunity for the kids to get involved, be a part of something from age 2 all the way to 14.
So, guys, y'all are both involved, and Brian pointed it out. While Bike Baton Rouge is not kid specific, there are a lot of kids riding bikes, right? In fact, I would venture to guess that you have more kids riding bikes than adults in Baton Rouge, or is that am I completely wrong on that statistic that I just pulled out of my head?
No, probably not. I mean, there's not really a great way to count,
right?
But our goal is that every kid can ride a bike, that their parents will feel good enough to let them do that. We've actually got a family-friendly event coming up next weekend on Leap Day, the 29th. It's going to be at Tin Roof Brewery, and it's going to be at 5:30. It's a bike-in movie. We're screening Motherload, which is a crowdsourced, award-winning documentary about cargo bike riding parents, moms specifically.
What is cargo bike riding for the uninitiated?
Those are the big Dutch-style bucket bikes that you see where you can load your kids up and still bike. You know, a lot of times we hear, well, how am I supposed to bring my kid to school? How am I supposed to get the groceries? Well, there's tons of people all over the world and the country who do that every day, and this documentary celebrates that culture.
So let me ask you this. What can we be doing as a city to make it better to promote kids being healthier, kids biking? Because, I mean, you're knee-deep, Doug, you're knee-deep in biking. Aimee, you're all legs running. What can we do to promote this, right? Because, like, when I went to the running event and saw, like, all these little kids running, you know, it's just something. I mean, kids run all the time. They love running. My kid, in fact, I want my kid to run because he sleeps better, which is a nice way of saying he'll pass out later if he's running and active. What can we do as a city to encourage either participation in something like what Aimee's doing or something like what you're doing? What do you guys think? It's not a trick question, by the way. It's just, I think about these things, right? I mean, because, like, I want my kid got for Christmas a bike, You get Batman bike, of course. Brian, you'll like that. Batman bike, Batman helmet, Batman training wheels. The fool loves his bike. He loves his bike more than anything else, and it literally requires either my wife or I just walking with him down the street while he's riding, and he can ride for hours. He would if you ask my son what does he want to do when he gets off school, he wants to go bike riding.
That's great. We absolutely love to hear that. The best thing you can do, honestly, just be a good example for kids and for everyone.
Right.
You know, show them how it's done, show them how to do it safely, show them where to go. You know, do it with them. You know, biking can be kind of a solitary thing sometimes because it's hard to find people to ride with.
Right.
And it need not be like that. You know, everyone can and should ride.
We're a town that has running groups. Yep. We're a town that I think has bike groups, although I'm not entirely sure about that. Correct me if I'm wrong.
There's several.
If for example, and I know like Varsity Sports, who's been very supportive of Brian and I in our Fat Boy 50 competition, which I feel like I'm gaining 50 pounds and not losing 50 pounds.
We both kind of hit a plateau.
Like we lost some weight.
Yeah, but then it stalled.
But like for example, we learned, and maybe Brian already knew this. We learned that, for example, Varsity Sports has a running group, all shapes, all sizes. They don't care if you're fit like Aimee or fat like me. They're all about getting a part of the group. You know, the bicycling idea, I like the idea of being in a bicycle, you know, I don't want to say bicycle gang. I mean, although I got to be candid with you, if I was a member of a bicycle gang, I would totally want the vest and the MC-esque jacket. I mean, I'm not saying we're going to start a gang, Aimee. I'm just saying we could. We
definitely could. We should.
I mean, I'm not saying there'd be violence, but there'd be bikes. So my point is, I guess where I'm going with all this is, as a 41-year-old male who is becoming much more in tune with his own sense of mortality, who wants to get more active, there are some opportunities here for us. And I guess the question I have is where do I need to be looking? Where do Brian and I need to be looking on where to get more active in terms of either Bike Baton Rouge or with regard to, is there an adult version of what you're doing that we can join up? Or is it just, hey, we're promoting you to run with your kids?
Not yet.
But,
you know, there's always opportunity.
We're going to get that adult entity in. For Bike Baton Rouge, though, you guys have a website and a way to tie in, right?
Oh, yeah. Bikepr.org. We're having events all the time. We've got a fun event coming up in March where we're going to do a photo scavenger hunt.
Tell me more about the photo scavenger hunt.
That's where it's like any scavenger hunt. You meet up and you're given some clues, but instead of collecting physical items, you collect photographs of your bicycle with various Baton Rouge landmarks and location-specific oddities.
Cool.
And there will be prizes for the winners and best photo and stuff like that.
So I want to talk the future of Baton Rouge and mobility, non-automobile mobility. Y'all ready? Can we have this conversation?
Please.
This is
Let's
safe.
do it.
Aimee, this is a safe space.
Safe space.
So, as Brian knows, I went to Spain not too long ago in October, and I actually, for the first time in the better part of a decade, rode a bicycle. And I rode a bicycle all around Barcelona, or as they say, Barcelona. It's a nice little lisp that they force, like cerveza. I rode a bike all the way around, and I don't know what the name of the bike is. It's one of these bikes that breaks down, and it's like a transformer.
It's like a folder.
Yeah, it's a folder. It's like an Autobot, not a Decepticon, an Autobot. And so this thing broke down, but it was big enough to support me. It was a smaller bike, and they had a ton of scoots. They had a ton of scooters. Are you familiar with scooters? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. Scooters, either the type of scooter that's motorized or the type of scooter that's self-propelled. Are we going to become a scoot town? Is that what's coming?
I couldn't speak to the scooters personally.
I don't.
It's not my area of expertise.
This doesn't have to be an area. I want your opinion. Like downtown, we got scooters in downtown, right?
We have bicycles downtown. We do not yet have scooters.
Okay.
We have bike share. It's downtown and around City Park and LSU. Currently, they're hoping to expand. The future is multimodality.
Right.
This idea that everyone can drive everywhere they go, and for one, not have just awful traffic and health consequences from that, which we're already experiencing.
I got a lot of rage and anger.
Yeah, well, I
talk to my therapist about this regularly. Rage and anger from traffic.
That's we joke about it, but it's a serious thing.
Yeah.
Imagine, for me, bike riding is the best part of my day. So imagine if a few thousand people could turn the worst part of their day, which is their commute, into the best part of their day. And think of the ripple effects that would have in a society. It's really hard to measure. And if we're going to be a future, like a city of the future that can compete with other cities, we have to have transportation options.
Absolutely. So I got back from a trip to Denver, and everybody was scooting, biking, walking. This is the heart of downtown Denver, heart of Denver. It was like there's cars, but there's also a lot of people being healthy and doing other modes of transportation. So before we go, because we're running out of time with you guys, Aimee Thibodeaux, if people want to learn more about Healthy Kids Running Series BR, where should they go?
Yeah, absolutely. HealthySeriesRunningseries.org. You can find out more about all of the great things we have coming up. So make sure that you click on Baton Rouge and see when our series starts and register.
I highly recommend this, guys. And I'm not just saying that because Amy's sitting next to me or standing next to me. I've seen it firsthand. It's amazing. And then Doug, Bike Baton Rouge, one more time. Where can they go to get more information about you guys?
It's bikebr.org, info@bikebr.org for email. We're on Facebook, and we're at Bike Baton Rouge on Instagram and Twitter. We're pretty easy to find.
You're on social media too, right, Amy?
Yeah, absolutely. So Healthy Kids Running Series Baton Rouge, find us there, like our page, and follow along with us. Make sure we get all the important updates.
Anytime you guys have anything, let me know. I'll share it on the Geaux Rouge page as well. And again, I'm going to reemphasize that Bike Baton Rouge has some maps that you can definitely utilize. That's the first thing I plan to do after I'm done recording today is get on there and get on the bike maps and kind of see where I can go and not.
I get really excited when people request directions. It's like the highlight of my day, to be honest.
I mean, it's kind of a cool thing, right? So there's a way to get from one end of Baton Rouge to another. There's a safe way of doing it. It may involve some neighborhoods. It may involve some off-beaten path. I like walking Capitol Heights, by the way. Capitol Heights is better than government for me.
Bike lane was the best thing to ever happen to that
So
street.
thank you guys for coming in. So speaking of social media, did you know that Geaux Rouge is on social media?
Well, yeah. I mean that's
Facebook.
It lives on social media.
So Facebook, we're on Twitter, we're on Instagram. I mean, we even have a LinkedIn page, the Geaux Rouge Show. Did you know? Are you on LinkedIn?
Yes.
LinkedIn.
I think I have a LinkedIn. I don't think I've touched it
Geaux
in like
Rouge
8 years.
Geaux Rouge is global, baby. Geaux Rouge is global. Instagram, I got 31 likes or 31 follows on LinkedIn, which kind of depresses me because my law firm one only has like 19. So, yeah.
But for LinkedIn, that's big.
That's big. That's a big thing, right? Now, no big deal. Geaux Rouge Facebook has like 20,000 likes and follows. I mean, those are real people, I think. I didn't pay anybody to like the page.
Talk to me when you're ready to get on TikTok, man.
TikTok. TikTok. We got to talk TikTok.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, we got to get in. Like, I'm on TikTok.
If Brian
Geaux
Halliday's
Rouge
on
needs to be on
TikTok, I need to be on TikTok.
We need to, yeah.
So, look, we're going to be going to our first break, and then we're going to be having Melanie Couvillion. We're going to have Melanie Couvillion from Manship Theater, and we're also going to have Kids Orchestra. So, guys, thank you guys for coming in. We're going to take a break. We're going to be back. This is the Geaux Rouge Show with Franz Borghardt. Don't go anywhere. We're going to be right back. All right, guys. Thank you, guys.
Hey,
Can
thanks.
we take a photo real fast, Brian, with these guys before we leave? When we leave? And Facebook, is the mic still live? Yes. Facebook, don't go anywhere. They're not? Yeah, they are. Facebook, don't go anywhere. We're gonna transition into our second half. Thank you, sir. Mm-hmm. Painless, right? Painless. I told you it's painless, right? Awesome. All right, we're gonna let you be the cute girl in the middle. You guys did fantastic, by the way.
Thanks.
Told you.
Yeah.
Time goes. I mean, we were kind of getting to that point, but I mean, let me know if you need anything.
I will.
Let me know if you need anything.
Thanks,
we can
Ron.
always do a Sullivan's Thursday whenever you want. And then I'm going to borrow Melanie.
Here's what I've always wanted to know. Is there potential for tourism when it comes to bicycling? Like, we moved into the marathon space from just, the Louisiana Marathon became like a thing overnight. Is it possible for us to be back here with bicycling? It's like Pensacola's got to put on Emerald Pass.
do a race.
This is your space.
That's nice.
This is yours. It's nice to see you again.
Nice to see you. Let me make sure my phone.
Thanks, Franz, for doing this.
I know. This is so great.
And I'm so sorry I missed dinner Thursday night.
So we are on Facebook Live. Wave to everybody, Melanie. Nita, wave to everybody. So before we start our second episode, we've got Melanie Couvillion, Manship Theater, the executive director.
Correct.
the executive director of Manship Theater. We're going to be talking. We talked about it in the first half. We did a teaser. We talked about the red carpet gala. If chicken wings are not your thing that night, we need to get them to your charity event.
Yes. Yes.
So we're going to start our second segment. I need about 2 minutes to do the start, and then I'm going to introduce you. You're going to be here, talk about whatever you want to talk about for about 5 minutes, and then rock and roll. Man.
Okay. Sounds good.
Good.
Sounds good.
That's good.
Yeah.
All right.
You ready?
I am super ready.
Stand by.
All right, welcome back to the second segment of Geaux Rouge Show on episode 14. Man, we just had Bike Baton Rouge and Healthy Kids Running Series in the house, Brian. This segment, we have Melanie Couvillion from Manship Theater. She's the executive director. She's going to be talking to us about a fantastic charity event that's coming up. And then we're going to close out with Kids Orchestra. Kids Orchestra. And, Brian, your daughter plays the trumpet, right? We talked about this earlier.
Yes, she does.
So is she Kids Orchestra material? I don't know, man.
There is no more room. She does band at school. That's what she does.
So I'm curious to see, when we talk to the Kids Orchestra folks, I want to know who's in the Kids Orchestra. Like, is it like an all-parish band kind of thing where people compete? Is it just performances? Are there daggers that are involved? I don't know. So anyways, before we jump to Melanie wave to everybody. Melanie Couvillion's in the house. She's kind of a big deal, Brian.
No.
She's saying no, but she kind of is. So before we jump to Melanie and the Red Carpet Gala, we're going to talk about our show sponsors. Geaux Rouge is brought to you by the following sponsors. We have Sullivan's Steakhouse, your neighborhood steak restaurant. We have Breck, Louisiana Tech Park, the law offices of Smith, Shanklin, and Sosa, a premier personal injury go-to law firm, not the guys that are on the billboard. These guys are much better than that, and they're going to take care of your personal injury cases. I can say that. I can say that.
You can.
Realtor Brittany Melanson from Keller Williams Red Stick Partners. She's going to help you list it, sell it, move on, or buy it. She also helps you buy stuff. And then lastly, the Borghardt Law Firm. So we talked in the first half, Brian, about Wingomania. March 5th, Thursday, 6 to 9 at Tin Roof. But I am not so arrogant as to believe that everybody in this world wants chicken wings. And because of that, and because I love Baton Rouge and share my love of Baton Rouge with others, that means there's space in my heart for multiple events on one night. And so, with that being said, Melanie Couvillion, the executive director for Manship Theater, is here with us. Melanie, how are you doing?
Yes, I'm doing great.
So, I was told by somebody that I very much respect and like that I had to have you on the radio to talk about what's coming up on March 5th for you guys.
That's so nice.
Well, of course. And I respect this person, Anita. Shout out to Anita. She told me you've got to sit down and talk to Melanie. So you guys have a concert/red carpet gala coming up March 5th, right?
Yes, March 5th.
Tell me all about it.
Well, this is our 15th anniversary.
Okay.
So Manship Theater had its first concert in 2005. So when the Shaw Center opened,
Right.
big party
Right.
and big concert in the theater.
Right.
So we wanted to do the exact same night, March 5th, 15 years later, and we wanted to do a fantastic, fun blowout party before a fabulous concert. And this year we have Boz Scaggs, Grammy Award-winning Boz Scaggs, coming.
We're acquainted. I'm
Yeah.
familiar. I'm a fan.
Yeah.
So, okay. So how does one attend this event? Do they buy the ticket, get on the ride, and just hang on for dear life? I mean, how do I get to this event, and how do I enjoy all this great festivities?
Well, we do have some tickets left. So we have a few tickets in the orchestra section.
So get them while you can.
Yep, and then we have tickets left in the second mez. So if
Okay.
you've been to Manship Theater, it's a very intimate space.
Right.
There's really not a bad seat in the house. So there are great seats still available. It is a heavily sponsored event, and we have members of Manship Theater that get first dibs of tickets. So they've bought their tickets. So what we have left, which are still great seats, we have open to the public. So
Okay.
we have that open, and you can go to the website manshiptheater.org and buy your tickets.
So if you buy the tickets, is it my understanding there's going to be maybe some beverages? And
Yes,
food?
there is an open bar.
I like open bars.
Yes.
Melanie, you're speaking my love language.
Open
here.
bar.
Okay.
And the Gregory is doing all
Awesome.
of the catering. We
Okay.
love the Watermark, the catering.
Who doesn't?
Yes, they are one of our major sponsors.
So I'm not just saying this because you're here and I care about you, but your theater is one of my favorite event spaces in Baton Rouge. My experiences with it, whether it's a Rotary Club meeting or a Moving Colors production, I love your space, and I'm glad that you guys are thriving at 15 years. You certainly need to attend this event. I'm gonna, I've talked to some people. Here's the deal: even though I've got my own charity event happening at the same time to benefit Mary Bear Perkins, and even though your event benefits a great arts facility,
right?
I'm going to have to find an excuse to leave my event at some point to come over and join your party, which I think
you
we
have
can do.
to.
We can do that, right?
You have to do that.
Maybe I'll bring some chicken wings.
We would love that.
I mean, yeah. So
I think Boz would like some chicken wings.
Oh my God, have you been to the Manship, Brian? Have you been to the Manship Theater?
Oh God, yes.
It's a great place, right?
Yeah.
So Melanie, I told Brian earlier, this is an appetizer for you. We're going to get you on for 5 minutes to talk about this event. I think I told you this as well, but you are always welcome here. Anytime you guys have something coming on, please let me know. We're also in talks. I'm in talks with Anita right now about getting you on a Thirsty Thursday at Sullivan's.
Ooh, fun.
Please keep doing what you're doing. The Shaw Center, it's a stone's throw away from my office downtown. I love it. It's one of my favorite spaces.
Well, thank you.
That building, by the way, let's talk for a second about the Shaw Center. I mean, we've got Tsunami on the rooftop. Have you been to that event space that's on one of the lower
I've been to a
floors?
reception there.
Yeah, the reception area.
Yeah.
I've been to a wedding there. I've been to a club.
Oh, the fourth floor, the River Terrace.
Yeah, the River Terrace.
The River Terrace,
I don't
yes.
know what they're named.
That's okay.
There's a museum in your building,
There's
right?
an LSU Museum of Art.
And of
yes.
course, one of the best theaters.
And then all the Manship Theater spaces. Yeah.
One of the best theaters in Baton Rouge. So thank you for coming in.
Well, thank you for having me.
Anything else going on that we need to know about, or is that pretty much?
Well, tonight we have Shovels and Rope. What's
Shovels and Rope?
I know it's a fantastic bluegrass married. It's a duo, but they are married, and they are fantastic. It's just about sold out. Okay. The last time I was in Nashville and I went to the Ryman, they had I guess about 4 concerts right before I went, and I was sad I missed them, but I knew that they were coming.
Well, let me ask you.
It's pretty cool.
Let me ask you, Melanie, just so we're thorough, just so we're detailed. If people want more information about you guys, your performances, events, where do they go?
They go to manshiptheater.org.
That easy.
Easy breezy.
And you're on social media too, right?
We are.
We were
Facebook,
talking about
Twitter, Instagram, you name it.
I wonder if they're on TikTok. Probably not on TikTok.
I don't know.
Brian Haldane's on TikTok. It's okay.
We can check.
It's okay that you don't know whether or not you're on TikTok. Brian Haldane's on TikTok. So I am not on TikTok. So Melanie, thank you for coming in. It was great seeing you. Tell Anita, thank you very much for getting us all together. And we will look forward to sharing that evening with you.
Yes.
Again, March 5th, Manship Theater Red Carpet Gala special event concert. Food.
Once in a lifetime event. Boz is not coming back to Baton Rouge.
Not ever again.
This is it.
Maybe never again.
Maybe never again.
All right. I like the way you're selling this.
You know,
it makes me feel
you're
good.
giving the dirty lowdown.
I'm giving the dirty lowdown.
You know. Yeah. Right. I got to throw some of those in there.
It's good.
I'm going to shuffle off.
It's good seeing you. You don't have to shuffle off. You want to stay? You can stay for the next
I could
episode.
stay. I could. I
Kids
love
Orchestra
Jody.
coming on next.
They're fantastic.
Well, we are going to. That's totally up to you. If you want to stay, you can stay. If you want to get out, you can stay.
I got to go sell tickets.
You go sell tickets.
I got to get going.
I'm going to share, and in fact, I will also. Do you realize the position I'm in? Like, the Wingamania folks are like, what are you doing promoting this other event? And I'm like, no, it's okay. It's Baton Rouge. We can do 2 events in one day.
That's right. The arts.
Right.
You got to help promote the arts.
Well, we'll see you guys next time. Y'all have a great day.
Thank you so much.
Brian, up next, we have Kids Orchestra. We're going to get them into the studio. We've got 2 great folks. We've got Brandon and Jody from Kids Orchestra. And, dude, Brandon's wearing Geaux Rouge swag. Brandon's wearing Geaux Rouge swag. Y'all come over to the microphones. Jody, you're going to have this microphone. Brandon, you're going to have this one. How are you guys doing?
Hey, we're doing great, Franz. Thanks so much.
Well, no, thank you guys. Kids Orchestra. So we've got a segment devoted to you guys. We need to know, well, first of all, what are y'all's roles with the orchestra?
Well, my name is Jody Aimee, and I am the executive director, and I've been with Kids Orchestra for 7 years.
Wow.
Out of its 8 years.
Okay.
And Brandon Barker is our new chairman of our board of directors, and we are so happy to have Brandon on.
Well, let me tell you, and I'm not just saying this because I love Brandon. Brandon is an excellent choice for that. So, yes. I guess the first question is besides the obvious, what is Kids Orchestra?
Well, a lot of people think that it's just a little music program. That's what it sounds like. Kids Orchestra.
It sounds like an orchestra of kids.
Right, little kids. But actually,
I sense that that's not the case.
Yes, actually, it goes a little deeper than that.
I got a rope. Let's go deep.
Okay.
What is Kids Orchestra?
Kids Orchestra is a nonprofit after-school program that helps pull kids off the street and gives them something constructive to do.
Okay.
And it also uses music as the vehicle to bring children together. Because the founder...
I was just about to ask you, how did this thing start?
Well, we have a founder, and her name is Nanette Nolan. And the reason that Nanette formed Kids Orchestra was to try to bring our kids together, and starting with the youngest citizens of Baton Rouge, to try to help with racial disparity in our city.
So you're dealing with a group of children.
Yes.
Elementary school kids.
Elementary school kids.
Yes.
Kindergarten to fifth.
Kindergarten to fifth.
Yes.
Racially diverse.
Yes.
Economically diverse.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
So how does one become, we were talking earlier, is there an audition process, or is it like, hey, it's best 2 out of 3 with a pool stick where we're fighting?
Right.
Joking. It's how does a kid end up in the orchestra?
Well, we have sites, and for instance, we have sites at 4 schools in East Baton Rouge Parish, and then we have a site out at Zachary, which is new, and we have a site out at Baker, and we normally start with the kids at those sites. So BR Flame, West L Heights Academic Magnet, Dufrock, LaSalle.
Tethered to the schools.
Right. And then...
But it's not a requirement that your child attend school there.
Right.
Okay. Gotcha.
We've got a lot of kids that come from different places. And in fact, the principal from Audubon Elementary said, I want my kids to be in this program, so I'm getting a bus. And I'm gonna haul these kids over to LaSalle so that my kids can be involved in Kids Orchestra. And that's how much he values what we do with the kids. Because they're with us 90 minutes twice a week, and they come to us, and kids, the first thing we need to do is we need to feed them, because they're not going to do anything. And Brandon knows, because Brandon has 2
Absolutely.
kids.
I've got a 4-year-old hellion. It's great.
Right, exactly. Now, I have to tell you, sometimes we have to pull peanut butter and jelly sandwiches out of trumpets, but that's okay. We'll
Peanut butter and jelly out of trumpets.
Yes, it has happened. That's okay. So we feed them. We give them homework help. We give them time to work on their homework, and we have lots of adults around. We have teaching artists, and we have site coordinators, and they help them with their homework, and then they go into their music program.
Okay.
And as a part of their music program, they're also learning about social and emotional learning. And this is to help build their self-confidence, build their self-esteem. We also include lots of performances. We do close to 20 performances a year. The kids get to perform at least twice. Why? So that they can do things like what you're doing right now, and be comfortable. And to be comfortable. I mean, you're an attorney.
There are a lot of things. Let me let you in on a secret.
Yeah,
There's a lot of things going on in this room. Comfort is not one of them.
Right.
Well, I got some questions for you. Okay, so let's rewind a little bit. So, first question that pops into my brain is okay, what if you can't afford an instrument? Where did the instruments come from?
Well, I'll tell you, Franz, and thank you so much. That's a great question. Look, we've got kids from every socioeconomic background that are coming together for music. I mean, music's a bridge that kind of it can bridge everybody.
Well, it's a good from a cognitive development standpoint.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Love it.
Absolutely.
Right. I mean, it's socialization. Mm-hmm. It's learning how to be a part of a group, a team. Sometimes it means being a leader. Sometimes it means, I was a musician. I went to LSU on a music scholarship. So I'm on board. I want to know. Okay, so like Brian's daughter plays trumpet.
Yeah.
Right.
Brian can without going into Brian's personal life, Brian can get his daughter a trumpet.
Right.
I have musical instruments from when I was younger, or if I had to buy a musical instrument for Fisher, I could do that. What about the kid that can't afford it?
So there is a tuition in Kids Orchestra. Now, every child is offered a scholarship, and that scholarship is depending upon their parents' income. That's anywhere from
$20 to $700.
Okay.
So it's a sliding scale tuition.
Got it.
In there is included an instrument.
Okay.
So we have
that they take home with them.
Yes.
That they get to practice throughout the school year.
They learn the responsibility of taking care of said instrument.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yes.
My daughter, she plays the violin through Kids Orchestra.
Okay.
And the first day she brought her violin home, and this was after probably about a month with Kids Orchestra working and learning how to take care of it. She came home and she said, "Daddy, come see." And she brings her violin out, and it's just this sense of pride that she had. She said, "First, we opened the case like this," and it was a whole process that she walked through.
That she had obviously learned.
Exactly.
Oh,
Yeah.
And there's a sense of responsibility there, and she is just so proud of that instrument that and that's her instrument that she's going to take care of.
Well, the thing is that to get your instrument, you have to get the red tag.
What's the red tag?
The red tag is this tag, and that means that hangs on your instrument, and that means that you have passed your instrument assessment test.
So, okay.
So it's a big
I'll
thing.
bite. What's the instrument assessment test?
Well, it's this test where this is what Julia did, and she has to know how to open up her instrument. She knows how to get it out. She knows how to take care of it. She knows how to put it back, and she knows that she cannot use that violin to kill a bee with, because that has happened with a cello before.
A clarinet is not a missile,
Yeah, exactly.
So my second question, going back to what you were talking about, is the curriculum, because it sounds like you're doing more than teaching them notes on a page.
Exactly.
Where does that curriculum come from? How do you guys figure that out? Because it sounds like it real and guys, I love what I'm hearing.
Right.
It sounds like you guys are putting some thought into how can we help these kids learn more than just notes. So talk to me about that.
Well, we have an intentional program called Step 2.
Step 2.
Okay. And it is a social and emotional learning program. So when we get our wonderful musicians who have doctorates in trumpet and who are, or DMA students or grad students, and they know how to teach clarinet, but they don't know anything about classroom management. They don't understand how to work with children. We have to provide professional development. And these are tools that we use to help those teachers understand how to work with the children. And the thing is that also...
So you're teaching the teachers, too.
Oh, of course, we have to. We have to teach the teachers. So, you get a child in, and they've had a bad day. They have had a rotten day. And they're going to take it out on whoever is there.
Right.
Or maybe they're going to...
I have a 4-year-old, I understand.
Right. Or they're going to withdraw. That's the other
Right.
thing. So our social and emotional program helps us understand how to work with children and how to help them feel good about themselves, because we want our kids to walk out of Kids Orchestra going, this was fun and I feel good about what I did. And one thing that we did a 4-year longitudinal study.
Okay.
And it was done by a professor, Dr. Melissa Brunken, up in University of Oregon. And what she found out was that our kids' grades are at least 15% higher than kids who are not in Kids Orchestra. And I'm not saying Kids Orchestra is making kids smarter. I'm saying that it's helping them. First of all, they attend school, because guess what they get to do? They get to go to Kids Orchestra. It's helping them. It's helping their little brains shoot off more little neurons, and synapses are happening in their brains. We also found out that 83% of the kids said, I love Kids Orchestra because it makes me feel like I can do something well. And I don't feel like kids get that opportunity at school so much.
So let me. We have got about 3.5 minutes left. Okay. What do you guys have on? This time is just flying, because you guys are doing some great stuff.
I know, and I'm a chatterbox.
That's okay. I knew what I was getting myself into.
I know.
So I've been flirting with you guys for a minute, because I really do like what you guys have been doing. And by flirting with you guys, I've been talking to some of your folks Brandon, what do you guys have coming up on the horizon that we need to talk about before you guys get at?
Absolutely. Look, Saturday, March 21st and Saturday, March 2nd at 11 a.m., we're going to be doing community concerts at the Knock Knock Children's Museum.
Okay.
And then on Sunday, April 19th, this is what I'm really excited about. Sunday, April 19th, same weekend as Blues Fest, right? And we're going to be doing our inaugural Bluesy Brunch fundraiser. So save the date on that. That's
Kids and Bluesy Brunch.
Yes,
I
yes.
love it. You know, I
Yes.
dabble in brunch.
Do you?
Oh.
I've heard. Maybe
Baton Rouge brunches?
maybe there's a connection there.
So,
Right.
okay, so you've got these events coming up, but I know you guys have a social media presence. I know that if I want to track Kids Orchestra, where would I go?
At Kids Orchestra.
At Kids Orchestra,
Yes.
the website, Facebook, where else?
Instagram.
Insta.
We're all over. And we are pushing information out every day.
How many kids again do you guys have?
We have capacity for about 340 kids.
Wow.
And the thing is that not only do we have schools on the wait list, we have towns and cities on our waiting list.
So
We're just looking for, we just need funding.
are we going to be expanding past the borders of Baton Rouge? Is that what you're telling me?
Well,
Right?
we've gone into Baker and we've gone into
Good.
Zachary, and all that we need is we need help with funding to get out there. Everybody wants us, but it costs money.
Isn't that the way of the world?
I know, dadgummit, it
So we
does.
got Brandon and Jody in studio, Kids Orchestra. Thank you guys for coming by.
Thank you.
We got about a minute left, so let's do this. If you need more information, one more time, website, Brandon, is
KidsOrchestra.org.
Okay. And speaking of more information, we talked about this in the first segment, Brian. Did you know that Geaux Rouge has social media? I'm going to keep harping on this.
Really?
Like a drum.
Really?
Like a drum.
Oh,
So Geaux Rouge, by the way, for those listening on Facebook, Geaux Rouge, you're on Facebook, so you know Geaux Rouge has a Facebook. You also can find out information on the Talk 107.3 website. All our episodes are cataloged and stored there. You can also go to Instagram and Twitter and dare I say LinkedIn.
we're on LinkedIn too.
We're on LinkedIn.
Yes, we're on LinkedIn.
So you have been listening to the sweet melodic sounds. Oh, look at me. More music puns. Franz Borghardt. Special thanks to Brian Haldane, as always, being on Master Control. Jody and Brandon, thank you guys for coming in today.
Franz, we really appreciate you, Geaux Rouge, and what y'all bring to the community.
Not a problem.
Yes.
No, you guys are the reason I can even have a radio show, because I can talk to people like you who are doing great things. So you guys have a good morning, and we
Thank
will be
you.
back very
Thank
shortly for
you.
episode 15.
Yay.